Forex.
Sush, I'm scared. I know, just get behind me.
What's wrong with this
I don't know,
woman?
just stay still. Maybe she won't notice.
She's
She's
insane. Oh my god. We're gonna die today. We're gonna die today.
I would like to go on disclaimer. There's actually nothing wrong with Forex. It's foreign exchange, which is a type of stock which is very lucrative. The problem is that the way Forex is set up, people are able to make pyramid scheme groups to trick newcomers that are new to stocks into thinking that it's the only way that they can get into foreign exchanges by following their prompts. The evil pyramid scheme groups and the people in those groups is what I'm making fun of in this video, not Forex itself. Proceeding. So I'm just going to jump right into this story. This is about 3 or 4 years ago. I was hanging out with this girl, right? We're in my car. We just watched a movie. It was a banger. I don't remember what movie it was. I remember it was a banger. So we were in my car. We were just chilling. And she already knows every once in a while I used to talk about, oh, you know, I'm trying a new thing to make money. I'm always trying new ways to make money because I want to be rich. That's a goal of mine, is to be very rich and wealthy. And so we were chilling and she brings up, you know, I found a new way to make some money. I actually made a little bit of money off it. It's a pretty new thing. It's pretty cool. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, oh, there's this new thing called Forex, right? I'm like, Forex. She's like, yeah, well, it's not new. And then, but, you know, it's new to me and I'll explain to you. So she explains to me, she, you know, we spent 20 minutes, she talks about it. And I'm like, okay, I'm game. You know, that already sounds neat. So I'm like, how does it work? Like, how do you know, like, how do you know what numbers to put in, you know, to get the right amount of money out, this and that? And she's like, oh, you know, the way it works is that you just go in these groups and they just send you the signals and you just put the signals into the app and then you can make the money. And I'm like, what then? She's like, yeah, you just have to pay them and they'll send you the signals. Okay. She's like, trust me, you make more money than like what it's worth, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, whatever. So, you know, twos, maybe like a week or two later, she brings me into one of their weird seminar things to join their group. I was already kind of about it because I was just really wanting to try new things. So I joined their group and like an idiot, they're explaining the whole thing to me. I didn't really care. I did care. I did listen. But pretty much what they basically showed me was that over time, I'll learn it myself so that I don't need them anymore. And then I can always I start with them just teaching me them just showing me the signals. And as they're showing me the signals, I'm learning so that I'm making money as I'm learning. And then eventually I won't need them anymore. That's pretty much how they presented their entire group. So I was game. I said, okay, bet. And like an idiot, I gave them $300. Yeah, I know. There was it was a super L, but I gave them $300, joined their group. So already immediately I signed up and I joined the Telegram group chat. First thing, they start sending me some signals. I didn't know much about Forex itself, but I would catch those signals right on the dot and they would always flop. I was losing money already. I was like, okay, but I guess I don't know enough about this, so I can't really complain, right? Because I'm not really the type of guy that's going to copy somebody else's work and then get mad at them for giving me bad work. You know, that never really seemed to make sense to me. So obviously when I go to the next seminar, I'm planning to ask, like, are you going to show me it? So let me tell you about how when I went to the seminar the first time on my own, it was it was like in some kind of college, right? So I come in, I was usually late. I'm pretty bad at being on time, I won't lie. So I was usually late. I would come in and just like robots, they would all turn their heads at me and just stare at me like I'm some entity. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, okay. I walk in and I sit down. The guy he's talking about, oh, you know, when you join our group, you can come to the point where I am, where I'm making $30,000 a month. And everybody's so invested. I'm like, even I'm invested at that point. I'm like, whoa, $30,000, that's insane. So I'm invested. And then the guy tells a joke. He says, you know what $30,000 a month is? And everyone's like, what? He's like, that's fuck you money. And then they all look at each other and they looked at him and they start laughing, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Even I let out a little chuckle, you know. But they were like maniacally laughing. Like they were laughing like if they didn't laugh, they were gonna get shot right then and there. It was so weird. I was like, okay, whatever. Anyways, after that's done and he gives a whole presentation, it was pretty much just a whole motivational speech. I don't even know what the point of it was. But after that's done, that's usually when people would like kind of start working together and everything. So I'm asking questions. I go to one of the girls. I'm like, yo, so can you start showing me how to use the chart now? And they're saying, yeah, we sent you signals, remember? And I'm like, yeah, you sent me signals, but remember you told me you were going to show me how to use the chart so I can start doing it myself eventually. I don't want to have to depend on you guys. She's like, how about okay, we will obviously we'll show you everything we know. We're gonna show you all the tactics, we're gonna show you all the secrets, but before we can do that, you have to bring in one more person. I'm like, what? Why? She's like, oh, because when you bring in people, it helps our company, blah blah blah. Just make it up a bunch. It already sounded like bullshit to me. I was like, why do I have to bring in more people? It made no sense. By the way, this is when like Forex, the whole concept of like a pyramid scheme was still new to me. I kind of live under a rock, as I say a lot. So I had no idea what was going on. I didn't know it was a pyramid scheme. If I knew what a pyramid scheme was at the time, I wouldn't have done it. But at the time, I thought I didn't know what it was. So back then, I'm still kind of dumb, still learning stuff. But like I was especially dumb back then. I didn't know what I was doing. So, anyways, it made no sense to me. Why would I have to bring in more people to, you know? It was just stupid. Like I'm like, no, I'm not gonna bring in more people. I'm just doing this to make money, you know. I'll tell people about it, but if they don't want to join, they don't want to join. They're like, no, you have to beg them to join, and you have to push as hard as you can. And if they say no, just keep pushing them. Whoa, what do you mean? That was the first red flag. I was like, what do you mean I have to keep pushing? Why would I do that? That's weird. I'm gonna look like a psychopath. They're like, no, you have to push. You have to. I was like, okay. Well, anyways, it was just weird. So I went home. I told some people, yeah, I'm in the group, but I didn't tell them to go in because I also told them like, yeah, like the group's kind of crazy. Like I don't know, it's kind of weird, but yeah, I joined some group. I'm gonna just see how it's going. I'll let you know how it goes. I didn't really push anybody to join. I basically told them like, you know, I'll just let you know how it goes. I'm gonna see how it goes. So I go to the next event like a week later or whatever. Come in late again by mistake. Everybody's looking at me. Same thing. Same old thing starts again. And the guy's talking, and I notice as he's talking, I'm like, yo, didn't he say all this stuff last time? And then he comes to the joke again, where he's like, you know what 30,000 a month is? That's fuck you money. And just like last week, they look at each other, they look at him, and they start laughing. The same maniacal laugh. It was, oh my, I'm sitting there like, what the I'm like, why are you guys laughing? Are we guys still laughing at this stupid joke? They're laughing for a long time. Like, what's going on? Just laughing. So then I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, yo, maybe I made a mistake with this place. I don't know. So at this point, I was already kind of ready to bail because I'm not making money. And the second time I came, I asked them, I said, yo, can you show me again? They're like, oh, did you bring any people? We need you to bring more people. We need you to bring. They're all up in my face. There was like more of them. They're all freaking out. They're like big. They're like, yo, they were like just straight robots. The way they were acting, like they were programmed to just force one thing and nothing else. They weren't even allowed to talk about anything else. It's like their whole lives were just a part of that group. As soon as they joined that group, I feel like I was the only one that like didn't care to bring other people that just wanted to generally learn how to invest in Forex, right? Because Forex there's nothing wrong with Forex. It's actually a really good way to make money. A lot of people do it, but these people, they're just trying to scam me. I didn't even realize it. So I'm like, yeah, this is stupid. Even the girl, which by the way, the girl in the beginning of the story, she was not trying to put me in on this scam because she herself actually thought that it was lucrative too, that she like it was not a scam. It was like the actual Forex. And she even told me the next time we chilled, because we chilled again. But like this is after the second time that I went to the group. We chilled again. She's like, yeah, I'm done with that group. They are evil. I'm like, what do you mean they're evil? She's like, I went there and they looked at it on crack. She was just talking about how terrible it was and how crazy they are. I'm like, yeah, maybe I should start coming to this place too because this does not look like it's it. I was kind of cheesy. I already getting their money, but whatever. I remember they even asked me for more money. I'm like, I'm not giving you guys any more money. But yeah, so I was pretty much done with it. She already bailed with it. She was done with it too. She thought she had the same ideas I did, just wanting to make money and learning how to do it. And when she asked them how to learn how to do it, they would just be all weird. So she was out. I was pretty much out. But the only one problem was that now my brother was like, yo, I remember you telling me about that group you joined a few weeks ago. I want to check it out. Can I come to one of the meetings? I'm like, if you want, like, we can go to a meeting. I wasn't planning to go to another one, but if you want to check it out, we can check it out. Like, cause, you know, I don't want to start, because at this point, I was still already kind of out of it, but I didn't know fully how bad it was, you know? So if he wanted to check it out, I'm like, okay, we can check it out. But like, I wasn't bringing him in to like try to be a part of some group. I just wanted him to, I just wanted to see what it was saying, you know? Not even like, I didn't even told him like, yo, don't buy it right off the bat. Just come to the thing and just see what it's like. And you'll see like what they're like before you ever spend any money. He's like, all right. Because he really wanted to do it. So we both go. And oh my God. I remember we come down. We sit in the auditorium. He tells the same, by the way, I told my brother, I'm like, yo, he's going to tell the same joke. He tells the same joke. Everybody starts laughing again the same way. My brother's like, what the hell? So it was really weird. Anyways, it goes through the whole thing. The guy says the exact same speech again that these people come to and listen to every single time. Every time they listen to it like it's the first time ever listening to it. It was really weird. It was like a whole cult. That's why I said they're like robots. Like, it was so weird. So we sit down and there's two girls that were like, oh, I see you finally brought somebody on. They were hyped. When I say they were hyped, like they look like somebody just gave them $1 million. And they're like so happy and everything, especially with this one girl. She was like a crackhead. I don't know what was up with her that day, but I don't know. Maybe she was smoking something. She was on something. I don't know. But she was like laughing at everything and being all weird. Oh yeah, Forex. She was just being so weird. I'm like, yo, what is going on? I'm like, I brought my brother. I felt so embarrassed because I brought my brother to this, and the lady's acting crazy. She's like, yeah, you have to join it, Forex. You have to join it. She's shaking her head. She's all weird and everything. She's all twitchy and just big grins on her face. I was so confused. And my brother's like, I'm gonna think about it, but like, damn. I'm like, I didn't even want to show my face. I felt so embarrassed. I didn't know what to say. I spoke highly of it the first time too, and then so he's coming in thinking highly of it, but it was so bad. And then she's like, "Oh, so your brother's gonna get it right?" I'm like, he's gonna think about it, like he's gonna wait. She's like, "Oh no, why would you make him wait when you bought it yourself?" And they were like getting mad at me because I told him to wait. It was so weird, like, cause like even he was like, why would I buy it off the bat, right? Like I bought it off right off the rip, but for him, I wanted it to be like obviously it was gonna be different, because for off that point, I was already having second thoughts. So now they're mad at me because I never told them. Like they thought I was gonna try to convince them straight up. So they thought he was coming in with intentions of joining, but no, he was just checking it out. So like, why would you bring him and not try to convince him to join? I'm like, yo, chill, like relax. And this, oh my god, this lady was just going crazy. Oh, you have to join. She was acting like a feral dog. Oh, join, blah, blah, blah. Join, Forex. It was shoving her phone in his face with the numbers. She was look at my numbers. Look how much money I made. Look at my numbers. Forex. I'm like, yo, chill, bro. That was another thing they love to do. They love to shove their phones in your face with like big numbers on it. It's like, okay, I get it. You made a lot of money, but damn, yo, you like, why are you acting so crazy? I don't know. It was just really wild. So we had to get out of there pronto, and I never came back again. And then they messaged. I remember they put me in this group chat and they're like, plans to be a leader. I never told them I was going to be a leader, by the way. I don't know why they kept trying to get me to be a leader. I never told them I was going to be a leader. They're like, I want to be a leader. And then I told them, like, you know what? I don't want to be in this group anymore. And man, you should have, oh my God. I was bombarded with just messages. No, you can't leave. Don't leave. Like, they were so weird. I was like, you bombarding me with messages and telling me and forcing me to try to spam other people. It's just like, no, that's a red flag. Like, I don't know. They have no common sense. It's a red flag when you try to force somebody to do something, you beg them to stay. Like, that's so weird. So I was like, no, I was out of there. Never talked to them again. And then as years go by, I realized, like, okay, they do this to a lot of people where they have the worst business tactics of spamming somebody and pressuring them to join their group, thinking that somebody's gonna, after 30 messages, you're gonna be like, oh, you sent me 30 messages soon. I think now I'm gonna join your group and now I'm gonna be a part of your stupid scam. It doesn't work like that. They were just weird robots. And I don't know, as soon as they join their group, it's like their mentality formed into like this alternate messed up version of them where they just had to follow whatever this one guy said in the middle, even if he made this same stupid joke every day, they would laugh at it like it was the first time they heard it and like it was the funniest thing they ever heard. It was so, I wish everybody here could see what it was really like. It was so weird. Like it was really like I was in a movie. Like I was, oh my God, it was such a weird time. I just wanted to talk. I've probably been talking for a while. I just had to bring up this story about the time I wanted to, it was, every time I think of it, I'm like, damn. The thing that's funny too is I actually kind of do Forex now a little bit too, but I don't do it with the group. I do it myself. That's why I wanted to make the disclaimer in the beginning that like you can actually make money from it. That's why I wanted to do it myself and not with no group. If anybody ever tells you to do Forex, but you have to join a group, then automatically just stop talking to them because they're lying. You don't need to be in a group to be a part of Forex. You just learn it yourself. Just study it. The internet's free. Just study it and get into it yourself. You don't need a group for it. Anybody that tells you have to be in a group and you have to bring other people into your group, it's a scam and stay away from it. I wish I knew that at the time. Anybody listening now, stay away from pyramid schemes. Don't listen to those people that spam your inbox to try to get you to join a group. Nobody's gonna tell you to try to get them to join your group solely to help you. That makes no sense. They're only helping themselves. Anyways, I'm gonna end it there. I've been talking for a while. I hope you're doing well. I hope your mental health is good. I hope you're getting a lot of sleep. And yeah, stay away from those pyramid schemes. And I'll see you next time. From the truck and I don't go a fuck. I just woke up and this world is all fuck. There's a blue cut to meat and a fish with a fee. And they just told me to get used to the freaks. Freaks to me, BT for free. They wiggle their knees, they get me cheese, they mean to me. I got it to feed the mastermind that did this to me. Man, ain't no way, but it's okay. This world looks fun, so I have a fun day. We get to school, move on my way. What kind of creatures roam and stay? Hey, the teacher's a monkey, the giant is sunny, and paper is funny. My toast is gloomy, flying above me, his cartoon is bubbly. 2D, 3D, 4D geometry. Excuse me, I raised my hand, I gotta be a Russian beat.